Welcome to day 5, everybody. We're gonna get started today with our foam rolling, get the pillar prep rocking and rolling. Ryan's gonna hit his quads, calf, hamstrings, glute. Make sure we get the hip flexor, that TFL muscle right underneath the bone in the front of your hip there. And then we're gonna get that low back, and if you have a ball, try to get that upper back as well. He's gonna go from that to half kneeling hip flexor. So, we've done this one before. Tucking that back toe under. He's gonna drive those hips forward a little bit. Think about squeezing that back glute, and then he's gonna pull that front heel towards him to kind of get that hamstring activated there. So keep that core tight. You should feel the stretch in the front of your hip here. From here, we're gonna go into a half kneeling windmill. He's gonna bring that knee up. He's up against the wall right here, hands forward against the wall. He's gonna try to keep that shoulder up against the wall the whole time. As he rotates into the wall, going with the biggest circle that he can. So those hips are locked in place. We're just trying to rotate that upper back. Should feel this kind of in between the shoulder blades. See one more. Good. Now we're gonna work on some stability here for the last part of pillar prep. We're gonna do our bear crawls. So from here, toes tucked under, knees under the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, bring those knees up, opposite arm, opposite leg, short, choppy steps here. Again, keeping those hips in line. We're not dipping from side to side here, keeping everything nice and tight in the core. And for movement prep, we're gonna get started with hip openers with rhythm. Ryan's gonna skip backwards. He's driving that knee up and he's trying to rotate those hips back, big of a circle as he can. From there, we're gonna do curtsy lunges. We'll just do this one in place. So keeping one foot pointed straight ahead, crossing that other foot behind, landing on our toe. You can rotate those hips, but keep those shoulders pointed straight ahead the whole time here. So let's get a couple more of those. Good. And then we'll take that into Carioca Crossover. So for this one, again, we're working on that hip rotation. Shoulders face towards me, rotating that hip. See, he's getting that back knee up and over nice and quick, really driving that knee up and over. So we're working on that cross step right there. So next we're doing switch foot here. For these, it's gonna be straight ahead, just switching those hips from side to side. I want you going, rotating as quick as you can and coming back to that base position. So shoulders facing towards me, hips are rotating from side to side. For our movement skills today, we're gonna get started with a crossover to basis support. So he's gonna start in that basis support position with his feet outside of his hips. That pressure should be on that inside edge of both of his feet. He's gonna go ahead and shift to whatever direction he's going off of there. So he's gonna go to his right. He's driving that left leg up and over, coming back to that base of support position. So notice each time we're landing in a good basis support position here. We're not going quick from side to side. We're resetting each time. Shift and go. Drive that knee up just like we did with the Carioca earlier. Okay, from here we're gonna go basis support to a crossover to a run. So he's gonna start in that same basis support position. He's gonna shift to the direction that he's going, drive that knee up, and then sprint out of there. So again with that, we're focusing on good sprint mechanics as we come out of that cross. From there, we're going into some box jumps. So I have Ryan grab the box here. He's gonna do lateral box jumps. So finding something you can jump on that's stable, jumping up as high as we can go, sticking that landing. Good. See one more, make sure we're going both sides. Throw those arms down, throw those arms up, sticking on the box here. So nice soft landings up top. Good, still jumping as high as we can. Okay, from there we're gonna do 90-degree box jumps. So he's gonna start off facing one direction, he's gonna rotate 90 degrees, land on the box that direction. Good. Getting both sides, both directions. Good. And then the last one we're doing is rotational depth drops. So he's gonna start off on the box. We're just gonna start off with a 90-degree turn. So he'll start right here facing away from me. He's gonna rotate 90 degrees and land facing us. Stick that landing. So just like with the regular depth drops, we're just stepping straight out and sticking that landing. It's all about decelerating here. Good. All right, to continue on to our movement skills, we're gonna do a 5-10-5 agility drill. So finding about 10 yards of space. If you don't have that space, work with what you have right now, but this is what we're looking for. So we're crossing over to start. He's going over, he's planting on his right side facing me. Make sure we're getting low there, crossing that foot back over like we practiced earlier with those crossover steps. Planting on his left side, still facing me, crossing over and running through. So as you notice, the whole time when he's rotating, he's facing the same direction. That way we plant on our right leg and our left leg, not just our dominant leg. So let's see one high speed. So notice the whole time he's doing that, he's staying nice and low. A good cue here is to imagine you're underneath a 4-foot ceiling there. So as you're changing directions, you're staying as low as you can, touching that line. For our rotational series here, we're gonna start off with med ball slams. So he's rotating up and overhead, rotating those feet from side to side. If you guys do have a bouncy ball like this one, make sure you're watching your face when you're bouncing the ball down there. Good, right like that. All right, we're gonna face the wall. So parallel with the wall, your chest is parallel with the wall. Feet shoulder width apart right there. Good soft knees, rotating from side to side. We're doing reactive tosses here. So as the ball bounces, you're catching and loading that hip. So we're not only rotating, we're loading the hip as we go. All right, for our leg circuit today, we're gonna get started by doing body weight squats, driving those knees up, having good tempo here the whole time. Feet shoulder width apart, keeping that chest up. He's taking that into his lunges, so just stepping forward, dropping that back knee down. Doesn't need to touch the ground, just getting close to the ground there, keeping that chest up. Take that into step up, so finding something about knee height. I want you to step up, drive that opposite knee up in the air, and keeping those shoelaces pointed up towards the sky the whole time. So make sure that leg is locked out at the top and stabilizing up there for a second. From there, we're coming back down, and we're gonna finish off with squat jumps. These are continuous, so we're loading and going. So throw those hands down and throw them up as you jump.